Welcome to Cuemby Cloud, the sovereign cloud of Latin America. In this video, we'll explore our pricing calculator, a tool designed to help you clearly, simply, and transparently estimate the costs of your cloud infrastructure. To access it, simply go to pricing.cuemby.cloud. Once there, you'll find a very intuitive interface that will guide you through building your estimate step by step. At the top, you can see the estimated cost per hour, per day, and per month, giving you an immediate overview of the economic impact of your architecture. Below, you'll find templates, which are ideal for quickly getting started with common scenarios. In this case, we'll perform the estimate manually. Currently, you can add 4 types of resources, and we'll soon be adding many more: virtual machines, load balancers, private networks, and independent disks. Let's start with virtual machines. In this option, you'll find a wide range of choices, from budget-friendly machines for small applications or websites to more robust instances designed for workloads where compute and memory are critical. For this example, we'll choose a standard machine, one of the most commonly used configurations. We'll select a machine with 2 virtual cores and 8 GB of RAM. Now let's move on to storage. Here, we can define the amount of storage our machine will have. We have multiple options available, and for this scenario, we'll allocate 100 GB of storage. Each time we make a change to the configuration, we can immediately see its impact in the cost breakdown section, which shows a clear summary of the resources we're provisioning and their associated cost. Let's continue with backups. We have different configurations available, each with its own retention policy. For example, daily backups have a 7-day retention period and a projected monthly estimated cost. For this example, we'll select the monthly option. Now we'll move on to the snapshot section. Snapshots are very useful when we want to preserve the state of a virtual machine, for example, before performing an update or a major change. For now, we'll enable a snapshot in our configuration. Also, virtual machines in the Cuemby Cloud can have a public IP address. The cost of this public IP address can vary depending on the project's requirements. In this specific case, we'll add a public IP address on a monthly basis, 24/7. Additionally, we have the option to name our virtual machine. Let's assume that this first machine will be a database, so we'll call it CuembyDB. This allows us to clearly identify each resource within our quote. If we need to create another machine with the same configurations, we can use the copy option. This way, all configurations are preserved, and we don't have to start from scratch. For example, let's create a copy and name it CuembyDB2. If we want to delete a machine, we simply click the X in the upper right corner. And if our estimate includes multiple instances, we can navigate between them in the right-hand panel. Now that we've reviewed virtual machines, let's move on to load balancers. Load balancers are used to distribute traffic between virtual machines, Kubernetes clusters, or different services, improving availability and performance. We can create 1 or more load balancers and assign 1 or more public IPs depending on our needs. Next, we have virtual networks or private networks. Here we can define the type of network we want to build, the required quantity, and immediately get an approximate price for this resource within our infrastructure. Finally, we have independent disks. These disks are ideal if we want to create isolated disks or if we plan to attach a virtual machine to them later. The configuration is very similar to machine storage. We choose the disk size, quantity, backup type with its retention policy, and the snapshots we want to keep. Once we've added all the resources, we review our cost breakdown again. Here we see the resources separated by type, by the individual price of each, giving us complete clarity on how the final cost is calculated. If you wish to proceed with a formal request, you can click the Request a Formal Quote button, which will send the information directly to our pricing team to schedule a call if it involves a more specific or customized infrastructure. In the upper right corner, you can see the estimated cost of the infrastructure and clearly understand how much it would cost to implement it on Cuemby Cloud. Before concluding, there's something very important we want to highlight. If you've used other cloud providers, you've probably noticed that there are costs associated with network traffic, both incoming and outgoing data. With Cuemby Cloud, you don't have to worry about that. Incoming and outgoing traffic is completely free, allowing you to scale your infrastructure without hidden costs or surprises on your bill. At Cuemby Cloud, we believe in a transparent, sovereign cloud designed for Latin America, where you always have clarity about what you're paying for and complete control over your infrastructure. We invite you to visit pricing.cuemby.cloud, build your own estimate, and discover how Cuemby Cloud can support the growth of your projects.